Welcome to Cooking with Sean and Sean.
Episode 2.
On this episode, we're going to tackle the notorious dish, the risotto. Now, there are many recipes out there, and many ways to make a mess of things.
We are two different cooks, so we're going to be presenting two different recipes with our own two different techniques. I'll be presenting a risotto with fennel, chestnut and orange.
And I wasn't that prepared, so I'm going to use whatever I can find in my fridge.
Okay, let's get started. For my recipe you will need some fennel, 100 grams of pre-cooked chestnuts, 1 orange. You will need some special rice for the risotto. I will be using 350 grams of cannelloni for 4 to 6 people. You'll also need some butter and some parmesan for the mantecatura.
The great thing about risotto is that you can change the ingredients according to the season. So for instance, it's summer in Australia, so considering the time difference, plus that I'm in a different hemisphere, and then I guess the conversion from Australian dollars to euros, I guess that means I'm gonna have to use mushrooms. For my recipe, you will need 150 grams of mushrooms, 1 onion roughly chopped, 300 grams of arborio rice, and some parmesan for the finish.
The stock is very important for the risotto because the grains of rice are going to absorb 2 to 3 times their own weight in liquid. I prepared 1 shallot, a branch of celery and a clove of garlic. I'm going to add that into the pan where I already put 20 grams of butter to melt. Stir at a high temperature, add about 1 liter of water and add some time to infuse.
Now listen, if you don't want to waste your time, you can use 1 stock cube dissolved in about 1 liter of hot water. Once this is ready, we can start to cook the risotto.
Once the butter is melted, add the fennel, cook it at high temperature till it's soft. Then add the rice and stir again. These steps are called soffritto and tostatura.
On a medium heat, add the onion and the mushroom to the pan. Stir, and once golden, add the rice. This step is called, yeah mate, should be right.
Once the rice is partially fried, what you need now is a glass of a good quality white wine.
I thought you'd never ask.
That's for the risotto. Now add the wine to the rice to give it a little more flavor and to help it absorb more liquid.
Add about half of the stock to the pan to cover the rice.
Once the wine is absorbed, add some stock. Add some stock from time to time into the pan. Grate the orange to collect the zest, then roughly chop the chestnuts. Add the zest and the chestnuts into the pan.
Once the stock has absorbed, add the rest.
Make sure to test the consistency of the rice. It must be firm yet creamy. The risotto is almost done, so now it's time to grate some good old parmesan.
What is the date today?
I've added the butter and the parmesan to the risotto and now I'm whisking it to aerate it. This is what we call mantecatura.
Your risotto is done, finally. I mean, risotto is good for like winter and like weekends and vegetarians, whatever.
The best idea you can have is to serve it with a white wine that will match the flavor of the parmesan. That is, if there's some left.
Cheers!
There you go.
The great thing, okay, and the fact that I didn't, go. The great thing about risotto is this, you're laughing, it's gonna shake.